Hey guys, what's going on? Back to talk about an interesting subject. Back to talk about interesting subject's one way to put it. All right. Have you guys noticed? Well, anyways, that wouldn't make sense to you guys. You guys probably aren't YouTubers, but if you are a YouTuber, have you guys noticed the way shit just works when it wants to and doesn't work when it doesn't want to? It's almost like man, it really is like there's something that has power in this realm that can just fuck with us. What up, Gnostic? What up, Odd One? Oh, I got to message T. I got to put it on live chat instead of top chat. Otherwise, half the motherfuckers that comment on my channel will just go unseen. Dude, something really weird happened earlier. I want to talk about that. What up, Stick? It's in the description of all my videos. Or wait, no, I'm sorry. Actually, I need to update that. Maybe I think it's just my name, Christopher Sedaris server. Yep, it's just Christopher Sedaris server. My name on Discord is my name again, Christopher Sedaris. If you add me on there as a friend, then you can message me directly. But so what the fuck happened earlier? I have no idea. I have no idea what the fuck happened earlier. Did you guys see my last upload? At the end of it, I get up out of my chair or whatever and walk away, and then the stream just ends. Did you guys see that? I'll wait a second, but for more people to come in. But this one's subject was actually about darkness, but I did want to talk about that because that made absolutely no sense. Everything that happened didn't make sense. So in my last stream, my dog had to go potty. I got up, took her potty, came back in, and probably did another 30 or 40 minutes of the stream. Nothing super amazing, so I'm not like, oh man, I lost some great content. We were just hanging out and blah, blah, blah. None of that happened on the stream, though, which is weird. And it's weird that the stream ended all on its own like that too. That was weird because I wasn't even at my computer. I didn't have my keyboard, my mouse. I was still taking a dog potty, and it almost like something just clicked end stream on its own. So it's just weird the way it all lined up like that. And because I had seen a message from T in Discord saying, "What happened on your stream?" And I'm like, "What's that mean? What happened to the stream?" And I went and watched it, and then I seen how it ended. I'm like, what the fuck? This should have been like 40 minutes longer. Like I did another like 30 or 40 minutes. I remember talking to people. Okay, so you guys would know, actually. You guys would know if was anybody on that last stream when I had taken my dog potty? Didn't I come back after that and stream for like another 30 or 40 minutes, and we were talking and it was just doom scrolling. Archons were chewing on your internet. I don't know what it was. It was weird. I'm like, how the fuck did that happen like that? Like, how did it end exactly at that point? And how did I not notice that the stream was over for the next 30 or 40 minutes and kept streaming? What's weird is I'm trying to remember what we talked about after that. Because I've literally had something alter the message. I would type into a comment section on people's videos and change what I was saying into things I absolutely wasn't saying against my will. Oh yeah, that's happened to me too, Gnostic. Or you misspelled a word that completely changes the whole context of what you're saying. Just one word, but it'll completely change the whole context. Like, how did I misspell that way, though? Like, I literally had to use different letters. I've done that a lot, where one word, and I go and I reread the comment I'm typing. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? And I have to go back and delete that word and fix it because it's like Somehow I just typed in some word and didn't realize I did. I was thrown out. We chatted for a while it was scrolling. Live didn't come back up. Well, who the fuck was I talking to then for like the next 20 or 30, whatever it was? Do you think science is a cult? Science uses circular reasoning, for example. I asked a scientist what is a physical thing. They said it was what physics describes, but physics describes physical things. What? Do you think? Yeah, science is definitely a cult. So yeah, to answer your first part of your question, yes, scientists are absolutely a cult. That's usually what I say when I refer to them. So is the pharmaceutical doctors. They are also a cult. Science uses circular reasoning, for example. I asked a scientist what is a physical thing. They said it was physics, but physics describes physical things. Okay, I see what you said. Circular reasoning or whatever. No, I mean the entire message was changed word for word into things I wasn't saying. Well, I've never experienced that. I've experienced it where I type something out and even sometimes I'll push enter and not reread it, and I'll push enter and I'll go back and reread it, or I'll read replies to the comment and I'm like, what are they talking about? I go and I reread the comment I wrote and I'm like, bro, why did it come out like that? I didn't say it that way or type it that way. Usually, it always changed it for the worse as well. Like, what the fuck, bro? Yeah, isn't that weird? Circular reason. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about darkness. And actually, I was really in the mood to talk about darkness, and now I'm just totally not in the mood to talk about it. And that's the way my brain works, man. I like 1 second I'm super interested in talking about something. The next second I'm like, man, fuck darkness. I don't give a fuck about darkness. It's drama, it's little weirdo-ness and all that. But the reason I want to talk about darkness is because it's a part of this realm. It's a part of everything. It's in religions, it's in cults, it's through and through. It's a part of this realm. Darkness. That you could say that the God that created this realm is just infused with darkness. He himself, maybe he's not 100% dark, but he's pretty fucked up and dark. The shit that happens in this reality, the shit that human beings go through, the torturous, bizarre experiences that all, not just humans, all living entities go through in this realm is, my goodness, evil on a level. Like, we look at the things humans do and go, oh my God, that's so evil. Can you believe this man killed, 7 different people and choked them and then ate their bodies and blah, blah. We go, man, that's so evil. It's like, yeah, but all of those things happened in this realm, though. Yeah, that dude's evil and he's a puppet to demonic entities. But yeah, he's evil. But this place is evil, man. This place is dark. It's disgusting here. What the fuck happens to human beings? 223 in the morning, 222 on this one, actually. I see both of those numbers all the time, 222 and 223. It's interesting now I'm seeing both of them at the same time because my clocks are 1 minute off. But from decades of experience, I know that whatever runs this simulation can predict where we'll be in space and time. It doesn't need to predict. I think it's scripted. Some number of minutes before we experience it, it will interfere to prevent progress. Oh, I believe it. Chris, as I understand, you've astral projected one time for like a minute, odd one. One time. And well, I don't know if that was astral projecting. I left my body and I was actually like exploring places in the physical realm, even though they were slightly different. It wasn't exactly like the physical realm, but it was very close to it. And it was just different than a dream. I felt like connected to everything and blah, blah, blah. I've talked about it a bunch of times. I was like floating at the window at work, seeing the clock, but there was 3 clocks instead of just one, and they were stacked up like a triangle. And then I could see outside. I floated outside. I was looking at the shop from the outside, but I was sort of like, I don't think I had a body. I was just like floating awareness, and I could feel the fucking the weather like it was a part of my body, like it was inside of me, or I was inside of it. I was connected to everything, and I floated back home, and I tried to go into my brother's room, and I got stuck in the wall, and it went black. But I don't know if that was an astral projection or just one of the most interesting, powerful dreams I've ever had in my life. But it was interesting. No, as far as and I'm not a master astral projector, Hill. But the answer to your question is no, absolutely not. According to a bunch of astral projectors, we have abilities and stuff in the astral realm, but they're limited, or we're not allowed to use them, or there's an even more tyrannical force there than you could say the government here that's just making sure you don't use your powers and abilities. Sounds like some X-Men scenario, like we're all tyrannically controlled, and sounds like a video game. So I'll get into my next little stupid existence where there's even more tyrannical, evil, bad guys to deal with. They're just like, man, fuck that shit, bro. I'm so sick and tired of all this dumb drama. The drama between lightness and darkness. Fuck off with your fucking differences and indifferences and hatreds and loves. I mean, fuck off anymore with your drama. Chris, do you think we should plan to die with anger in this and desire for vengeance upon whatever tortured us here in hell? I ask because I think perhaps anger will liberate us in the next realm via resistance. I don't know if I'm supposed to have anger, Gnostic. I know that I do have anger towards the creators, the God, the whatever's going on. Is that the right way to be? I don't know. That's the way that I am. Have you heard of Leo Guru? He thinks reality is imaginary based on 5 MEO trips. Leo Guru, I think I just watched or scanned an interview with that. That name looks familiar. I think it was that dude on Danny Jones' podcast or whatever. I went through it. He's one of, if it's who I'm thinking of, he's got glasses. He's kind of like, well, I don't know how to explain him, but I would say dorky was what I was about to, I don't know how to explain it, but if it's who I'm thinking of, he's one of those people where their chemistry rubs me the wrong way. It's very difficult for me to watch them. But he thinks reality is imaginary based on his trips. How do we imagine something different then? How do we exit the imagination? Why does he say it's imaginary? It doesn't feel imaginary. If I walked up with a fucking dagger and stabbed you in your thigh, you're not going to be like, oh, this doesn't matter. I'm imagining it. You're going to fucking react to it. So it's like, well, okay, it's a cool story, bro. But it's like, well, can we practice that practically? Or how is that useful in reality? Or what do you actually mean by that? I cannot get out of my body whatever I do. And when I lay on my back, I feel something probing my brain, very uncomfortable. Odd one. If I were you, I would, well, probably sleep in a different house, to be honest with you. But if you can't, I don't know. I would, I don't know, put a big giant aluminum foil box around your bed. If you can lay in your bed and feel something probing your brain, which I also can. I'm wanting to preach anyways. I feel them scanning my face, all kinds of weird shit. I have no control over it. It is an odd sensation, but maybe we should put a big tinfoil fucking hat over our bed, or maybe tinfoil our whole fucking room. Maybe block the technologies in our room. Do you have like a big TV? Like I got 2 big TVs in my fucking room. Hello, Mr. Darkness. What up, Ryrie? Actualize. What do you think will happen in the shift they say is going to happen? I don't know. I hope we get X-Men powers. I hope my wing ends up being 10 inches long and as thick as a beer can. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's true. That's what I want to happen. What do you guys think will happen when the shift comes? If there's a shift, there's always a shift. Hill. Here's what I really think about the shift, Hill. If you want me to be brutally honest, I think it's bullshit. But if there is a shift, I want X-Men powers. But the shift is the same as Jesus coming to save us, or Trump saving us, or some politician, or some leaders saving us. It's always like this false promise right around the corner of things getting better. To me, that's what the shift is, but maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Who do you think hates this reality the most? Maybe Mark Antinahlis? Oh, hell no. Mark Antinahlis would be like, he may be up there somewhere, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I would say somebody that hates this reality the most. Me? Well, or no. Well, I can't say me. Probably like Shangel or Ignorance is Bliss or Derek from Lion Sword. Probably one of them or something. They hate this fucking reality too. Well, we all do. I mean, that's a hard. I don't know. That's a good question. I think Mark Anthony Ellis would be up there though. He doesn't make enough videos. Neither does Illicit Mind. It's like, man, y'all are good YouTubers, but anyways, get a lead X-ray protection from Amazon and wear it while sleeping. If you can cover the majority of your head, including your face while sleeping, it will help block out a lot of interference. Are you serious, Gnostic? Have you tried that? Total reset or absolutely nothing? Question. Do you believe astral realms all bad? Not all bad, but pretty tyrannical and evil. You could say like 95% bad, right? Just from what I'm hearing. And remember, I don't go there. When I astral projected, I didn't go to some other realm. I was in this realm. I was like floating. It was a little different, but I was still floating around in a version of this reality. I wasn't in a different place. Like, like with floating crystal castles or something. Like I didn't see anything outside of Earth. Serious, yes. I do it often. And you notice the difference, Gnostic? That's crazy. How much is a lead fucking helmet or whatever? A lead face mask? Dude, they took lead out of the fucking paint, the motherfuckers. It's all good though. It's all good though. So here's what I would do. If I was going to repaint my room, we'll say, I would order a fucking bottle of that lead powder. You can order lead powder, get the paint, put the powder in it, mix that motherfucker up and paint my walls with it. You know what I'm saying? I have one. I think golfers use lead powder for something. I can't remember what it was purpose for, but you can put it in your paint. Agnostic or atheist? I don't know. Stick. And I actually hate being asked these questions. What do you consider yourself? Or what do you, because it requires me to go into a box. First off, I don't like studying other people's ideas or theories. So I don't even really know what atheist, agnostic, and theists mean specifically, if I'm being brutally. I don't look at them, I don't study them. I always formulate my own opinion. A lot of people tell me to go check out Freud, go check out this motherfucker, and I just don't bother. I don't want to be influenced by somebody else's ideas or beliefs or theories. And plus, those are all beliefs. I'm not a fan of beliefs. My name's Chris. That's what I would call myself. I'm not an agnostic or atheist. I'm not in no group and I'm not in no cult, and I sure as hell ain't joining none of them. You know what I'm saying? Or on no team specifically. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in reality. And I don't know what I believe. I don't know what I believe. So do you believe astral realms may have many realms like high and low? I have no idea, Ryrie, but I would say based on the fluctuation or the fluctuative nature of reality, you could say, I would say yes. I think that there's probably realms lower than Earth and realms higher than Earth. Probably, yes. Probably realms way worse than Earth. Lead X-ray protection headgear like a hood. Then you get a lead X-ray protection blanket and wear the helmet while sleeping, while the blanket up over your head as well, covering your face also. So, Gnostic, where do you think that the interference or message is coming from? Is it coming from above us? Like, is it coming through the ceiling? Or do you think it's coming through the walls? Do you think it's coming from the technologies? Where do you think it's coming from? There are glitches all the time. We just need to, why do we need to figure them out, Twisted? And if it's a glitch, you can't figure it out. So like, think about it like this. If we were in a video game And all of a sudden my water cup glitched through the desk. We had a glitch, and then it went back to normal, and we all seen it. It's over. It's gone, and it's a glitch. How can you explain something that wasn't supposed to happen programmed into your reality? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you think suffering is? Why does suffering hurt? I don't know. I don't know. We don't enjoy suffering, but more men, there sure is a lot of it here. There sure is a lot of it here for some reason. Twisted, can you give me an example? Those are the clues we might need. Give me an example of a glitch and how it left you a clue or something, so I can get an idea of what you mean by that. But yeah, I just actually I was watching Shangel's most recent video called Sakuna Face. I'm about 15 minutes into it, and that's what motivated me to make this. And when I had got on, in my head I had all this ideas about darkness and how it's a part of the realm and how it's sort of a part of the very fabric of existence. Like, it's through all of us, it's through all of this, it's a part of everything. And by darkness I mean evil. Some people say, oh, darkness isn't always evil. It's like, okay, well, that's not what I mean. By darkness I mean evil. It comes through radar, which generates more neural monitoring technology, as well as microwave 5G. And I would even say astral technology. The lead is dense enough to attenuate most of it. It comes through radar, which generates more. Oh, you copy pasted that twice. It's coming from frequency weapons like phone, smart matter, cell tower, earth grid. So what would you guys recommend? Like building a basically like a giant fucking lead teepee around your bed? Would that be the best thing to do? Just make a big bubble of lead and sleep inside the lead bubble? Or like a Faraday cage, or tinfoil the whole house? That's what I'm talking about, right? Fuck it. Just spend like $800 on tinfoil and just wrap your whole fucking house up. Fuck it. In the deep end tonight here, Chris. Laugh out loud. Oh, this is deep? You think that what we're talking about now is deep, double? I don't know. Sakuna face. What does Sakuna face mean? He didn't describe it yet in the video, so. Sex should feel like extreme suffering instead of neutral or positive. I would say that doesn't make sense, Stick, but according to the rules of this reality, that would make complete sense, because life is extreme suffering. So why wouldn't sex be extreme suffering? It's interesting that that feels good, but then the rest of this shit don't. Bring more babies into this reality. Yes, our desires. It starts with desire. It starts with attraction. It starts with you looking at something you're attracted to. That's where it starts. It's a trap. Yeah, it's a trap. But I feel the shifting, but I don't know it's good or not, Chris. I don't know either, Irie. It's got to be bad, because everything in this realm is negative and nasty. Again, unless there's some outcome that we don't expect. For example, we're in the Total Recall simulation video game and we're waiting for the grand finale where things get fun. That could be potentially true. If you could afford to build a Faraday cage out of 1-inch thick steel and ground it effectively. So Gnostic, would the best thing to do would be to sleep underground then? Fuck it, just live underground. I don't know, but maybe we could use a flaw in the code to work to our advantage, then ultimately leave, but we won't have to suffer so much. I'm all for that twisted, and I hear it a lot. But then this is usually where it ends up. If I ask for practical examples of shit, I'm like, well, what do you mean by it? Let's talk about it. And it's just like, well, I don't know what I mean, but we could be looking at stuff. It's like, well, everybody's already looking at stuff. You're not going to stop people from looking at stuff. But I think twisted, I would say, is gain sovereignty. Gain your sovereignty is your best bet. And if that doesn't work, what else could you do anyways? If you can't stand in your power and claim back power to be not interfered with, they can still interfere with you, then we don't have any power. And then we're just fucked. And I don't know what to say then. Do the best you can in any given situation. Why can't the dying process be you getting high on natural opiates over the span of a month and the dose naturally increases until it stick? Because that would be enjoyable. All I want right now is to get out from this matrix without pain or suffering and dying. Me too, Ryrie. Me too. There's not really much here for me anymore, other than spreading the truth in hopes that it's saving souls. I have this like righteous mission. Other than that, I don't have much here anymore. And I also don't want to fall. I've seen what happens when the human body falls apart. I do not want to experience that. It looks traumatizing and horrifying and scary and any other word you can use to describe something you don't want to experience. Yet true living underground would be awesome for protection from interference. All right, Gnostic, you're the wealthy one in this conversation, bro. Buy a fucking boring machine, and then none of us will even have to pay mortgage anymore. We'll come to your property, just bore out the motherfucking rooms. Anytime someone new comes, we just bore out another room. There you go. You don't even need building materials. As a matter of fact, all you need is the removal of materials. So I say, why don't we live underground? I made this argument years ago. We always have to build above ground. Why? So we got to go chop down trees and need materials to build our home? Fucking dig. Then your house is the earth. You don't have to worry about mold, bacteria, fungus, any of that. It doesn't grow in dirt. You don't have to worry about a house fire. You don't have to worry about, there's just so many things good about me. You don't have to worry about fucking 5G towers melting your brains or whatever. I'm just kidding. I don't know if Gnostic is wealthy. I'm just trolling, but I'm just saying, fucking, it'd be nice if we had a couple wealthy people in the truth community buy a fucking boring machine, bro. Let's all get underground, like meditate under there and see if our minds are calm. They're trying hard to keep us ignorant, but why then nothing changes after we've seen through bullshit? Dude, we need a fucking millionaire in the truth community. I'm telling you, bro, if we had money, we could get this shit popping. Think about we do what I said. We fucking basically build a camp big enough to support everybody, fucking drill out. We go and we fucking pick up every truther that's fallen off. We go and we say, get back on the saddle, baby. You're coming to live at our compound. And we would just fucking broadcast 100 truth channels out from the underground basin. We'll go get a little baldy-headed, what's his name? The one that recently quit. Chad or whatever. Chad from Break Your Reality or whatever. They're trying hard to keep us ignorant, but why then nothing changes after we've seen through bullshit? Are you afraid of death? Oh, yeah, Stick. I'm actually not afraid of really anything. Like even situations I see that make most people uncomfortable or afraid, I'm usually pretty calm. The only thing that scares me, though, is, like I said, getting old and dying miserably, suffering, just in a nutshell, suffering, and dying. Those are the two things that fear me. But pain when dying is, no tsunamis and rain and cold heart or cold and heat underground. Stick. Actually, the one thing you would have to worry about is flooding. But I mean, if you build in the right area, you should never have to worry about flooding. You don't have, then that's right. You don't have to worry about tornadoes, hurricanes, snow. I mean, I guess you could say you get snowed in, but if you're living underground, you should have enough supplies under there to take care of yourself. They say once you're 8 feet down, it's 70 degrees all the time. Whether it's hot, freezing above ground, once you're 7 or maybe it's 8 feet down, It's 70 degrees all the time. You just have to make sure there's good enough flow for everybody to breathe, airflow, and that's it. Once you have that, yeah, you're a lot safer underground. If one decides to unalive themselves, and what the more important part, think about it from the perspective of modern day society. We spend so much on mortgage and homing. It's like, why are we creating this problem? If we lived underground and boring out underground was how we created a new apartment or home, it's actually the removal of materials. It's not adding. We don't need all the wood, the stucco, the drywall, the fucking nails. The fucking earth is your damn walls. You know, it's really weird what we do in this reality. Almost nothing makes sense. Nothing was planned or thought out or symbiotic. And if it was planned or thought out, it was planned to, in a weird, evil, demonic, make us struggle kind of way, become a slave type of way, like almost like the god of the realm is just tormenting us, or the people of the realm, which to me are the god of the realm. I mean, it works through people, does it not? Where does it work if it doesn't? Maybe we could start a trust fund. Most people are lazy and not determined enough. Yeah, that's something else I've noticed Twisted. You could almost just sit back, kick your feet up, and eat popcorn and enjoy the horror drama that reality is. Because that's another thing I've noticed is truthers can talk a good one all day, but if you say, well, okay, let's get up and do it, that's where that conversation comes to an end. Would you live in a $1 billion nuclear bunker for the rest of your life for free, but you can't leave? No. I can't leave ever. I'm just have to be in the bunker. No. That's just another prison, anyways. Even if I'm not being infiltrated by mind technologies or whatever is beneficial to be down there, it's just still like, well, then that's not a life worth living either. I can't find a life worth living in this reality, to be honest with you. The closest we could get would be to have like an underground compound base, like truther fucking compound. That would be cool. Or, you know, like I said, if reality got exciting, maybe the aliens come, maybe we get X-Men powers. I don't know. We don't live underground specifically so that the EMF frequencies can harm us and mind control as many as possible. I wonder if we lived underground long enough, if it would actually affect the way we felt and behaved, and if we actually started evolving by getting away from all these frequencies. That would be cool. If I can buy one of Capsule of Death, I would in Switzerland, but too expensive. But you don't need to work, and it has TV and phones in the bunker and unlimited food. You just can't leave. I could understand why some people would choose that stick to just get out of the rat race. At least they could do the rest of their prison bid without stressing and worrying about bills or paying for food. They could just chill for the rest of their existence. I don't know. That's a hard question. I don't know. I don't think I would stick. I like the not all the time. I'm actually about as much of a recluse as you could be, to be honest with you. So if anybody would say yes to that, it'd be me. But truth is that no, the idea that I can't go to the beach, I can't go to hang out with my family, fuck that. I might as well just kill myself then. Fuck it. I'll either be above ground, dealing with all this shit in a life that is not worth living, or I'll be underground in some bunker in a life that's not worth living. Cannot type certain words. Yeah, I'm sorry, Ryrie. It's a hellhole. YouTube's a piece of shit, dog shit, fucking motherfucker. I am gonna be exhausted, bro. So I woke up at 12. It's now 2:49 a.m. So I've only been up for about 3 hours. I have to drive to I have to do about an 8-hour drive starting at 9 a.m., which is about another 7 hours away from now. I don't know if I'll be able to go back to sleep. I'm wide awake. I tried to sleep extra long and just couldn't do it. I wouldn't mind as long as no contracts like soul selling. The idea of selling your soul or writing a contract for your soul is bizarre and silly and strange and cartoony to me, Twisted. I never understood that. Even with the whole, I got into the whole like celebrities signing, they sold their soul. Look, just like, well, first off, can't everybody realize that they are just another distraction with all their weird, bizarre behaviors? First off, celebrity worship in and of itself is disgusting. Second off, can't you realize they exist in the well? No, most people can't realize that they exist in the Matrix to distract you and acting weirds like what they do. It's all about attention. So if they have to throw pig blood on the wall and write things and cut deep into their left hand's ring finger or whatever, they'll do it because they're weirdos. Uh, but the idea that like they sat down with the big horn demon guy and he's like, "Hey, you have a thing called a soul and I want it, motherfucker. Sign this and I'll give you a Lamborghini and stuff." And they're like, "Yeah, you can have my eternal soul for some cool stuff here." It's just like, what? Somebody's possibly trapped here forever. I don't know. And that's weird. I wonder how many lives in they're gonna live before they realize they made the ultimate fucking mistake. Do you think it's gonna be? I mean, because you would think, well, if they have like a celebrity type life and endless wealth, maybe life wouldn't be that bad. They could just do what they want to do. But maybe after 2 lives, but by life 3, they're gonna be like, what am I gonna do? Like, I can't just go out on a yacht. That shit got boring in my last life about halfway through. I can't fuck a supermodel. That got boring. Oh, fuck, man. I made the ultimate mistake. I'm stuck in a purgatory hell that never offers anything new to me. Like, you couldn't think that far ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like, before signing that shit, you didn't think about that? Like, damn, wait a sec. Wait. So you're telling me I'm going to be here forever? Like, yeah, like they're dumb either way. They're dumb either way. If we're not asking being born why we cannot kill ourselves, I think. If we were not asking to be born, why can't we end ourselves? Because you're in a Ryrie, because you're in a hell realm that was built for you to stay here and suffer. Don't you fucking end your suffering. The Archons made it so you do suffer. We need you to suffer, motherfucker. You're in a dark ass realm, and that's how the god of it would talk to you. How many humans have died so far, in your opinion, since the beginning of humanity? Probably at least 500 million or something. I don't know. Some people say, no, it's in the billions, probably 10 billion people. I don't know. There's only so many graveyards. All of them have died. Yeah, every human that ever exists died. How many have died so far in this current reset reality? I don't know. Most billionaires, fuck your little electrical pops, bitch. I don't give a fuck about you. You're nothing to me. Most billionaires, like Bill Gates, are stuck in old deformed avatars, so non-existence is better. I know one thing. If you know the ultimate truth, you out from this matrix, period. I hope so, Ryrie. Why don't even know the real history? Why don't we even know we don't even know the real history? That's true, odd one. This realm is a simulation that was sort of just booted up at one point. All of history is mysterious, illusory, odd, doesn't make sense. What do you mean you love lamp? What the hell's lamp? You like when people turn the lights on? What are you telling me, Double Rainbow? He loves lamps. Double Rainbow has 5 lamps in one bedroom, bro. Fuck your little pop, bitch. Did you hear about Jordan Peterson's horrific benzo withdrawal? No. I don't watch Jordan Peterson. I've seen a couple of his clips or whatever, but I don't watch him. What's benzo? Benzodiazepine? What are benzos? Isn't that like what's a benzo? Refresh my memory real quick. Benzodiazepine. Yeah, what's benzo? Isn't that a benzos are similar to alcohol? Oh, really? So what was he addicted to? Something for his mind or whatever? A psych med? I bet it was a psych med. Probably like Adderall or some weird shit like that. Anyways, I don't know about Jordan Peterson. Oh, anxiety meds. Really? That's interesting. Oh no, I can understand why somebody like him would be on anxiety meds. That's not that interesting, actually, now I think about it. But yeah, I believe it. Yeah, he probably went through. Yeah, they're not. I hear it's very difficult to go through those types of withdrawals. The psych doctors don't mention that when they prescribe the meds. They also don't mention the fact that a lot of those meds shrink your brain. Like literally shrink your brain. Like crazy. It's crazy. Anyways, yeah, well, I feel sorry for the poor bastard. Well, I say poor, I'm pretty sure he's filthy rich. I need some benevolent, powerful entity to help us to get the fuck out of this. But being rich does not make benzo withdrawals any easier. I guess it does kind of. Being poor going through withdrawals ain't all that fun either. But yeah, what's the worst withdrawal you've been through? Actually, stick was the longest addiction for me to quit was nicotine. That took every ounce of fucking willpower I had, and I gained probably 70 pounds. I blew up to 240 pounds. I had a big fat fucking jiggly butt on me and everything, bro. I mean, I was chubby. I was a chubby boy, bro. Is George Carlin? Oh, you mean like consciousness waking up or glitching out of the matrix would be a glitch? Is consciousness maybe twisted? But it was nicotine, and then the hardest one where I was literally like crying because it was difficult to just deal with sitting with the withdrawal was weed. The first time I quit weed, I know people who say, "Oh, you can't get addicted to weed." I don't know. I was pretty addicted to it. I mean, I'm addicted to it now. I'm addicted to it now. Talk about like it's some past shit. Used to be. Then I quit it, and now I'm addicted to motherfucker again. Me one example of a matrix glitch is Mandela effect is the glitch. Dude, Ryrie, what if the Mandela effect though is the same mind virus entities that and dude, I actually get more fucking people watching at 3 a.m. than I do at fucking 3 p.m. But what if the Mandela effect is the same entities that influence the minds of schizophrenics and make them hallucinate things? What if that's happening, but on a mass scale to all of us, dude? That's what who the hell said that? Was one of my subscribers said that, and I was like, wow, that's fascinating. I never thought about that. I mean, I sit and think about this shit all day, every day. I mean, this is all I think about. So it's odd to me when somebody proposes an idea that I just never thought. I was like, whoa, that's a good fucking little idea I never thought about. What if it's mass psychosis? You know, the Mandela effect. But I don't know. I think okay. You want to know what and I'm not a fan of beliefs, but this is what I believe, Ryrie, is that when we die, we keep going on. There's sort of like this, I don't know if we're completely immortal, but there is this sort of people have moments where they die, they shift to a new version of reality, and some things are slightly different. I think we've all died several times and we remember previous realms. Or we all got shifted to a completely new timeline where things are different. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we're in the afterworld. Maybe we've already died. We're dead now, and this is just the best that our collective death subconscious can manifest, is this weird different version of reality. Insane people are accessing different higher states of consciousness. That could be true, Stick. I've always wondered about that, dude. Like we just see some dude in a padded white room with a straitjacket talking to the walls and looking crazy, but we don't know what he's experiencing from his perspective. He may be accessing another totally another dimension. I don't know. But then they snatch him up and they put him on pills that make his brain dead. I think we die, but our character doesn't. New consciousness comes out to play. Oh, right. You're saying that Like the original person we were inside of this body may have died, but then a new consciousness comes in and it takes over the character, and the character keeps going. Is that what you're saying? Reset, recycle? Oh no, guys. It's 3 a.m. It's the devil's hour. Oh! It's the inversion of when Christ was sacrificed. But it's like, it's really not, because if you're in Germany right now, it's a totally different time. So when is the exact time? Or there's no time. He wasn't, if he was sacrificed in Florida at 3 p.m., then yes, I guess that would make sense. But I don't know when the fuck that motherfucker was killed, if he even existed. Shit. I don't like him, Stick. I don't like him. For me personally, and I say that because the person sitting right next to me could take them and think that it's the most euphoric, amazing experience ever. Based on the chemical makeup of my brain and how I react to psilocybin mushrooms, no, it's not a good experience. When you mix that chemical with this chemical, it's not an enjoyable experience. Maybe we move on to higher realms with more challenges but more powers. I hope so, Twisted. I want just some realm that's worth living in. I don't even care if the next realm is tyrannical. At least give me X-Men powers, though, so I can fight the motherfuckers, and at least it'll be exciting. I'm just sick of this realm and just suffering for no reason. What a stupid fucking design. I hate the god of this reality. I would shove my whole leg up his ass. At least up to the knee or whatever. Why psychedelics even exist in here? What's the purpose? So that this weird lie delusional story can be sold to you, Odwin, that they are the key to expanding your consciousness. Meanwhile, simultaneously, you have an evil mommy daddy figure over here hovering over you saying, hey, you can't do that. That's illegal. They exist to bait you, gaslight you, and then piss you off. Mushrooms are like taking the red pill. It shows you what a hell this world is. Not for me. For me, Twisted, mushrooms showed me that we are being tormented by extra dimensional beings for fun. They whisper into our subconscious, and all they have is nasty shit to say. This realm's meaningless. You think you're important, you're nothing. You're just a prompt. You're a random prompt on a D-Wave computer. You're a simulation. Your existence, that's all it's saying to me over and over and over again. There's an infinite amount of props. You're just one of them. You think you're important, you're just a prompt. Nothing in you matters. It's like, okay, what a great high. I just lay on my bed weighing 1,200 pounds. I can't move because my laziness meter's turned up to 3,000%. And I have this demon whispering sweet nothings into my fucking ear all night. Like Doctor Strange Multiverse, there's so many of you, but the difference is your individual consciousness. Fuck individuality. Fuck consciousness. Fuck the God of this realm. I hate everything. I've become hateful. Fuck this reality. How much you did? Did you see machine elves? I did not see anything cool. The most beautiful thing I seen, Twisted, was when I walked up to my bedroom window. I opened the blinds and I just looked out, and I was looking at the sun rising through the trees, and it looked very beautiful and majestic. And I mean, it even sort of brought me to tears a little bit how beautiful it looked. I mean, I had little quick moments like that were enjoyable how they looked, but the internal feeling of shrooms is not for me, bro. And the most I did, I think, was like 8 or 9 grams. So I bought a half, which is I'm sorry, 14 grams, like 14 grams. So the first night I took probably like 2 grams. The second night I took 2 or 3 grams, and then the third, then I skipped a couple nights, and then I took the rest of the bag. So probably like 8 or 9. I don't know. It was a lot. It was disgusting. Sitting there eating that much mushrooms. I mean, for like 10 minutes it took me. It was disgusting. have you heard of the drug DPH? No. Uh, it is one of the most evil experiences you can have. What? I don't know. The strongest one I've heard of is salvia, dude. That's the one I always hear people fucking literally like, even more powerful than DMT to a degree. No, I never heard. What's DPH? Chris, you like World of Warcraft, right? Yeah, I do. Well, I did years ago. Long time ago now. 7 years ago, 8 years ago. 7 or 8 years ago. I used to play it a lot. I loved World of Warcraft, especially Vanilla, Burning Crusade. I still played in what's it called, Wrath of the Lich King, but that's where I just kind of didn't started to not like the game when they introduced Death Knights into arenas. I was like, man, this shit's retarded. What is this? Motherfucking one character's as powerful as three people. You kill the motherfucker and he comes back as a zombie that's just as powerful as his DK character was. What is this? His partner dies and he turns his partner into a zombie that comes back as somebody that's as powerful as two or three characters. Like, this shit is retarded now. It lost balance with DKs. It lost balance, and WoW lost balance. I have deep massage from WoW. I think you meant message. You have a deep message from WoW? Because if you got a deep massage from WoW, motherfucker, I played that shit for like 10 years. Where's my massage at? Somebody come over here and rub my ass for a little while. DPH causes extreme restlessness and severe memory loss combined. Well, that sounds great. With seeing shadow people, mice, spiders, and hearing voices with a sinister vibe. Okay. That sounds like a drug I would love to take, Stick. Message. What's the message, Ryrie? You have a deep message from WoW. What does that even mean? From WoW? So from Blizzard, they have a message for me? I'll take the message now. Please, give me the message. Or you're saying you got a deep truth out of from WoW. Is that what you're saying? I have deep message from WoW. I don't know, Ryrie. Ryurie's from Malaysia. Ryuri, you're Malaysian, bro. Thank you for coming to my stream, Malaysia. Malaysian people love bald-headed Greek men from America for some reason. They say I'm handsome. I was drugged in a nightclub years ago. I lost 24th of my life. I remember nothing. Oh, you're saying you lost the 24th that day of your life. You literally remember nothing that day. Drugged in a nightclub. Damn, odd one. What kind of club were you at? That's an aggressive. Okay, so maybe I'm making assumptions here. Odd one. I thought you were a man, and for somebody to drug a man in a nightclub, man, you're either a handsome motherfucker or you were hanging out in the wrong club, bro. Unless that was an aggressive woman. It's like, I'm gonna take this motherfucker home and take advantage of him. Who were you dating during that time? Let me know her name. Send me her number. I want to talk to her. Do you think alcohol is an evil substance? Yeah, I do. It makes you feel good while poisoning you and making you dependent, and it opens you up to entity attachment. Odd one out, 24 hours, yes. Fuck, dude. You were out of it for 24 hours. Where did you wake up? Or actually, I don't need to know all that, but yeah, I've never experienced a blackout drug or date rape drug, as they would used to call them back in the day. The Bill Cosby special. Drink this drink. Man, nah, bro, I'm good, Bill. You got any bottled water up in this motherfucker that ain't been opened yet? I ain't drinking shit. This motherfucker. Every time this dude gives somebody orange juice, they end up with a sore ass. Actually, that's something we were taught in a AC class. Never take a customer's drink. Never. He said, Mr. Katazi told us, he said, I've seen it too many times, boys. They think it's a sweet, kind customer. Oh, can I get you something cold to drink? And this creep brings them an orange juice. Next thing they know, they wake up tied to a bed and they've been, taken advantage of them, blah, blah. So yeah, you never take a customer's drink. I'm a woman. Nothing happened. People I was with didn't do it to me, but they said I behaved normal that day. Really? So some dude tried to get you and you just went on about your day normally. You didn't even realize it. And then the next day you're like, what the fuck happened? And everyone's like, oh, you were acting normal. That's weird. Isn't that weird that you can act normal without your conscious being there? Am I the only one that finds that extremely creepy and weird? This same thing happens to UFC fighters. They get knocked out. So they'll get up. The ref will say, oh, we got the winner over here. They'll go through this whole process. They'll shake the hands of the refs, say hi to the other fighters' team, show their respect, go backstage, talk to everybody. They don't remember none of that the next day. They're like, bro, all I remember was we were in the fight. I got hit, and that was it. Woke up in my bed this morning. It's like, well, how were you there acting normal then? You were saying hi to people, for Christ's sakes. What do you mean you don't remember it? Do we have a damn soul? What the fuck's that mean? Do you get caffeine withdrawal or no? It's random. No, actually, I don't get withdrawal from caffeine. I get sugar withdrawal, though, Stick. If I've gone without sugar for a while, I start craving sugary shit. But it's actually easy for me to quit caffeine. It's not easy for me to quit sugar. Sugar's actually, you could say sugar is the strongest drug I've ever been addicted to. I've quit everything else except sugar. Sugar I stay doing. Well, not everything. I may still smoke weed. What if during surgery under sedatives you are conscious but can't from memories? I don't know, Stick. It's very bizarre. It's weird. That's weird, bro. It's like, wait, how was I talking to motherfuckers, moving around, and you can't even remember it? That's crazy to me, dude. Or you could take a drug that literally just wipes your whole shit off, and you can't fucking remember the whole day or whatever. Oh yeah, is that a serious question, John? Do I have teeth problems? I don't know. No. My teeth are perfect. Fuck yeah, I got teeth problems. I've always had teeth. You can see it. Like my girl's all fucked up, bro. Yeah, I got teeth problems. Sugar's the worst. Fucked up all my shit. All my teeth are fucked up. Well, sugar and Nicorette. I was chewing Nicorette for about 4 years, and I was super addicted to it. And then when I quit the Nicorette, yeah, I was fucking eating like crazy, bro. And a lot of it was sugary foods. And I realized something was wrong when I started to dress up in the morning and had different clothes. I clearly remember putting on. Then my friend told me I was wearing those the day before. What the hell? That's weird, Odd. That's weird. That has to be creepy. Like from your perspective, that's got to be eerie and weird. Would you be okay with being in an eternal dream and never coming back to this reality? We may be in an eternal dream now, Stick. I guess to answer your question, it depends on how good the eternal dream was. I don't know. I don't like this place. It feels like either this place or my brain now, after all the traumas, is wired to focus on nasty, to just see the darkness in the reality. I don't know what it is, but I'm not a fan of this reality. I know that for sure. Like your regular dreams. Oh, where it's just like random shit all the time, and I'm like lost in it, and I don't know that I'm dreaming. No, I don't like that either. Rejection of the gift type on YouTube. Illidan Storm Rate. What? What? Ryrie? You're telling me type on YouTube Illidan Storm Rage? I don't understand what you're saying. Rejection of the gift. What? Existence is an eternal dream. Yeah, that could be true. Something like that. Yeah. That could definitely be true. What up, Cannon Bear? Type rejection of the gift by Illidan Storm Rage. Let's see what that does. Into YouTube. Rejection of the Gift by Illidan. Oh no, Storm Rage. Not. I think it's. Isn't it Storm Rage? I think it's Storm Rage. This has a deep message in it. That's crazy, Audible. But I'm guessing pretty common. You're the second or third person that I've heard a similar story like that from. Imagine, imagine the level of pathetic piece of shit that would drug another human being because they're so fucking pathetic to actually pull that chick in real time that they need to dope her up and like, bro, you are literally the most disgusting human being. I mean, right next to child molester. You're about as fucking gross as a child molester to me, bro. If you do some shit like that, you're disgusting. I'm watching it right here. It makes you see the angels for what they really are, doesn't it, Ryrie? Stand in your power, Illidan. Damn, that was a good one. Geez, 7 years ago. I don't even remember if I played that expansion, to be honest, right here. That was a good little, as Shingo would say, peep the mythos on that one. That was really good. Rejection of the Gift, Illidan. That was pretty cool, Illidan standing on his power like that. Then I had the coming down effect. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Unbelievable, bro. Thank God. I am fiending for tobacco, so went and picked some leaves, waiting for them to dry out on the heater. I've never rolled my own like natural tobacco cannabar. I would love to try that though and see how it tastes, see how it feels. The Oh, I haven't watched this yet. The John Cooper show. Oh no, I did watch this. That's a man. I don't know. A lot of these channels that I like, they bring on guests, and man, it's like these guests become like a permanent part of their shtick or their show or their story. And it's like the guest tells their whole life story in the video. It's like, why are we listening to this? Like, I'm here to talk about the schizophrenics, the voices, how they affect us, the mind virus. Like, why are we talking about like this? Well, anyways, but a lot of his interviews are like that lately. Like he had one decent one recently, Jerry Marzinski, where it was two guys asking him questions, and they both had dealt with schizophrenia themselves. So that sort of spiced up the conversation. That made it a little better or different than the usual Jerry Marzinski interview. But Landline dried out quick, slow dried, and cured makes pretty good pipe tobacco. How do you slow dry though? What do you put it in a more humid environment so that it takes longer to dry out? I would think you'd lay them out in the sun. Yeah, years ago, I started having an issue with my lungs while I was smoking. I started smoking when I was real young, probably like 12 or 13. I would smoke about a pack a day. My mom was buying my cigarettes for me because she said I would steal them if she didn't. And she was right. But so I was always the cool kid with cigarettes. And I was smoking about a pack a day since I was like a young kid. By the time I was, I don't remember, 28, 29, uh, around 30, it just started hurting my lungs. Every time I inhaled it, actually caused pain. And I was like, bro, I'm smoking because this shit feels good. If it starts hurting me, I don't want to do it. And switched to the Nicorette. The lung issues cleared up. But then I got so addicted to the goddamn Nicorette, I stayed on that for years and couldn't quit that. And then it was tough, bro. Just life's a struggle, and then any little thing we can get to chew on or nibble on or fidget with that makes us feel just a little better, we'll fucking take it, won't we? I'm just done with addictive substances. Like I said, when I do my fast, I'm gonna quit everything. I'm not just quitting eating. I'm gonna quit coffee. I'm gonna quit sugar. I'm gonna quit weed. I'm quitting everything. I'm just trying to get up there, man. I think I weighed myself and I was up to like 177, which is pretty close to where I want. Maybe 185 is a pipe dream at this moment. I can only eat a fucking jar of Ben and Jerry's every single night for so long, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like struggling here, but I mean, if I ate more meals and that, like, you could say multiple meals in the day and then also slept, I could probably put on weight faster. But man, I would feel like shit constantly. Can dry out the sun, cure and for a while. Heard yesterday, 25-year-old girl had a lung collapse from vaping. God damn. Only you can save yourself. No God, no outside can't. Right. Not only did I get that message, I got the message when goodness was basically telling him everything you went through, all your scars, they don't matter. Do what I need you to do, good little boy. Stop doing the path you're on and conform as a good NPC in my little drama role. And he was like, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not doing nothing. Coffee. Oh, yeah. I love it. Yeah. That's why I say Canterbury. I say, is this coffee? I don't know. It's like, because there's about that much cream in it before I even add coffee. So it's more like chocolate milk with a little bit of coffee flavoring and a good amount of caffeine in it, baby. But yeah, I put a lot of cream too. I'm addicted to all that shit, bro. So and I've been addicted to things since I was a baby. Or since I was a little kid. I used to be addicted to soda when I was fucking 7 years old. I'd wait for them to bring it home. I've always been addicted to something my whole life. I'm 41. I've never not been addicted to shit. So when I fast, I'm gonna do it, bro. For me, if you've gone a week without the substance, you've defeated it. Even if you still crave it, that first week is the hard part, bro. So if I could fast for a week without touching a substance, that'd be dope, and not be addicted to nothing. But then you could say, well, what am I going to come back to? What am I just going to drink only distilled water and that's it forever? God damn that. Well, what a shitty experience is. And am I never going to have my beautiful, sugary, creamy coffee again? It's like, what am I quitting for? What? So I could have an entire life of boredom and misery? Truth is, I'm quitting everything to just see what it's like to not be addicted to anything, to not have the call of a substance in my subconscious all the time, and to see how I feel. What up, Matt? Bro, some weird shit happened earlier, dude. I was fucking stream my last stream. Go watch. Go just. You don't even have to watch my last stream. Just look at how it ended. Anyways, there was like another 30 minutes on that stream, and I don't know how the hell it ended. I wasn't even at my computer. I got to take my dog potty. When I came back, it was probably a minute, less than a minute before the stream ended. I don't know how the stream just clicked end stream all on its own. And actually, you have to click, when you end a stream, you have to click end stream, and then you have to click end stream a second or third time even. So I don't know how this motherfucker ended right at that moment, but I came back, did another 20, 30 minutes. Then I ended the stream, and it cut off halfway through. It was weird. I did a 20-some day juice fast and felt awesome. Reversed arthritis, inflammation, and was starting to develop. Oh, yeah, Canterbury. That's why I said when my guts exploded, I went 9 days without eating anything. All I drank was a few sips of distilled water probably during that whole time. I would instantly throw up anything that I would. Anyways, but just barely sipped. I think I had taken a teaspoon of bone broth or chicken broth or something once that whole time. And every other issue I had went away. Every other issue. I had like 5 other issues. Like I had this issue with my eyes going blurry. I had this issue with feeling pressure in my eyes. Had an issue with pressure in my nasal cavity. Had an issue where my right hip was bothering me. Had an issue where if I would move after sitting for a minute, bones would pop and shit. Just like feeling old in general. All that shit went away. I felt like I was 10 years old again. So again, other than the gut issue, yeah, fasting is literally if you fuck going to the doctor, if you want to not go to the doctor, learn how to fast. I'd say fast at least once every 6 months if you really want your body to maintain youthfulness. If you playing games, do you care about NPC? You only care to defeat the games, right? Yeah, right, Yuri. And if this reality is an advanced simulation, that would explain why our existence is sort of tossed aside, not cared about, not important. What happens to us ain't all that important because it's a video game. It's something else. They don't care about us. We're just NPCs. Fasting is the fastest way to allow the body to heal. Absolutely. Canterbury, there's recent research too. I'm talking like within the last 2 or 3 years about fasting, where they're talking about once you get to like, I think the 20-day mark, you actually start redeveloping telomere length or something. Like you actually start de-aging. So who knows, man? I don't know how many people do you guys know that go on 20 or 30 or 40 days? Supposedly Jesus went on a 40-day fast, and that's where shit gets really serious. But I couldn't go on 4. I couldn't do a 10-day fast. If I did a 10-day fast right now, I would be down to 149 pounds and I would have nothing but skin, bone, and a little tiny bit of muscle left on me. Fasting is the fastest way to lose weight too, unless you're malnourished, which is why I had to juice. Too skinny, too fast. So Canterbury, what I do before I do the fast is I make sure I'm not malnourished. So for a whole week before my fast, what I'll do is I'll take every multivitamin I have, so all the basic shit, magnesium, zinc, copper, selenium. I take 2 different multivitamins is what I would call them. One's called moringa powder. The other one's called it's just like moringa, spirulina. I take both of those. So I make sure that whole week before my fast, my body's caught up on everything. And I do it for a week because what I eat today, I don't see in my body until about a week from now. Like that's just the way it works. It takes you about a week to break shit down, really absorb it. So that's what I would do. And just to be safe, I would be super hydrated and get to it. They said don't eat carbs for diet. Well, yeah, right. Carbs are sugar. Carbs are sugar. When you eat pasta, that's sugar. When you eat bread, that's sugar. When you eat fucking French fries, that's sugar. I used to fast on and off for a couple of years, totally wrecked my health, hair falling out, extreme exhaustion, etc. Just my experience. I've heard that too, odd one. I've heard people, okay, you must have been, just in my opinion, again, I'm not a doctor, you must have been deficient in something. For that to happen, uh, I've fasted a few times in my life, and I only ever get healthier and thinner and feel better. So I don't know what were you extremely thin when you fasted or on the thinner side? We'll say hair fall. God damn. Like I've heard that though. I've heard of people. So maybe it's not forever. I don't know. Some people's bodies react different to it, maybe. And your telomeres. But I've heard those stories multiple times too, where people get unhealthy from fasting. Yeah, that's what I've seen. Extend your telomeres. Yeah. Longest I've done was 72. Dude, that's a decent fast. That's a decent fast meet, too. I bet you felt fucking amazing after that, though, didn't you? Dude, on day 3, something happens where in your mind where man, I don't know how to explain it. On day 3, something happens where your mind's just like boom. You sort of just like tune in and you're sort of on this weird calm frequency where I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. On day 3, something happens in your mind and you just feel so amazing. You feel full of energy, super like alert and aware. All your brain fog's gone. You don't have no trouble focusing. I mean, it's just on day 3 is the fucking day. And every day after day 3, you feel like that as long as you stay fasting. I was normal weight. Huh. Yeah, odd one. I would think. So here's the thing is a lot of people talk about, oh, what does this food or this whatever give my body nutrients, but they never people really talk about the certain substances or whatever we eat, drink, whatever, smoke in some cases that take nutrients out of our body. The best example I've talked about is coffee is one of them. Magnesium, zinc, selenium, copper, potassium, calcium. This coffee actually pulls all of those out of your body. So people that drink a lot of coffee are usually deficient in something. And if you were to start a fast like that, we'll say, and you just switched over and you didn't supplement your body with the proper nutrients beforehand, I think that you could go deficient and have health issues, would be my best guess. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just some people are built like that. Yeah, I did for about 3 months. Well, okay, so welcome to the stream, Perculia. That's a peculiar name. Or no, what's the word? Peculiar. Geez, your name fucked my brain up. That's a peculiar name, Perculia. Uh, yeah, for about 3 months, but I also ate eggs. So I didn't eat no meat. All I ate were fruits, vegetables, seeds, nuts, everything that grows, and eggs. That's it. I felt amazing. It was one of the healthiest diets I ever had. My waist was super small. I still had some thickness to my muscles. So another thing about juice, and actually, when I did keto, I felt great too. Honestly, when I did keto, I felt. But that's, I would say, man, if you take carbs and sugar out of anybody's diet, of course they're gonna feel better. It's poison. It's literally a poison that tastes really. That's what sugar is. It's a poison that tastes amazing. There's no nutritional value to sugar. And it's always, oh, your blood sugar needs, okay, well, go eat a fucking apple. You don't need a down processed sugar. That's literally 1 teaspoon of it's like eating 10 apples. Another thing about juicing citruses like pineapple is the enzymes break apart old waste and help to eliminate it. Some people take weeks to stop pooping solids. Yeah. You got to be careful with juicing too. In some cases, can't I don't know if you know this, or blending even in some cases. Like a lot of people will put a banana in their smoothie, and bro, that's the worst thing you could put in a smoothie. You could get super fat doing that because um, so when we masticate a banana, normally we chew. It's very mushy. Honestly, you don't even need to chew a banana. You can mush a banana. It's that you know don't break apart the fibers as much as a blender would, for example. When you break apart all those fibers, it releases so much more sugar that it fucking you can get fat doing that. Ketosis gave me palpitations and tachycardia for real, bro. Shit, when I entered ketosis or whatever, Matt, when I started pissing on the tabs and they were turning blue or whatever, I felt good. I'm doing raw right now. In the mind, what the hell's tachycardia? I know what palpitations are or whatever, but my mom used to refer to palpitations as PVCs. I'm getting PVCs again. That's what she would say. I'm getting PVCs again. Isn't that a pipe plumbers use, Ma? What is that? PVCs? I don't know. Then she explained it to me. I'm doing raw right now. Damn, Canterbury, we're on live, bro. Calm down. Except cream in the coffee the past few days. Oh, no, never mind. I see what you're saying. Bathe your body with bentonite clay, Epsom salt, baking soda, and apple cider vinegar to detox the parasite. Whoa! That's a lot of shit. I already have the Epsom salts. I already have. What the hell's bentonite clay? Bentonite clay? Do you mean diatomaceous earth? I have that. Baking soda, I have. Apple cider vinegar, I have. Okay, I could do that. The downside, though, Ryuri, is that when I bathe, I'm bathing in a bathtub full of fluoride water. So, and the second that you get in a bathtub as an organic entity, your body absorbs all the fluoride instantly. So I try to stay out of the water. I mean, I take showers every day, obviously, but the second I'm done, I get out and I dry off as fast as possible. To sit there and soak and all that shit, I don't know, bro. I'm scared. And to make that much distilled water would take me forever. Yeah, rare fruit sugar isn't poison. Oh, what up, Chaco? Chaco! Chris, how you doing? Good to see you. What's up, everybody? I'm doing good, Chaco. How you doing, bro? Wish I could get fat. Right now, I'm actually trying to put on weight, but I should eat some of those damn banana smoothies now that I think about it. It's probably healthier than fucking Ben and Jerry's ice cream jugs, but eat tropical fruit, not farmer fruit, if possible. That's impossible for me, Ryrie. I don't even know where the fuck I would buy a tropical fruit. I'm in America, baby. We eat cardboard with flavoring in it. I've never heard of a fat raw vegan. Oh yeah, are you serious, Canada? I've seen plenty of fat vegans, dude. I've seen plenty of unhealthy vegans. Like their teeth are even worse than mine in some cases. Like I'm like, whoa, man, you guys are deficient in something, bro. Could be a lack of, uh, could be a electrolyte problem. Lack of potassium can cause that. This is true. Bentonite clay is Indian meds is an ancient product. Oh, just food grade clay. Ebenzoin, ivermectin, also good for cleansing parasites. Papaya seeds. Ivermectin? What you talking about, Canterbury? Canterbury, what you talking about? You talking about that big old syringe you put in the horse's mouth? I got one of those too, actually. I've also got the turpentines from the pine tree. I've got turpentines. I've got what else do I have to cleanse with? Oh, the black walnut tincture or whatever. I've got every cleanse possible. I'm usually on the hypercalcemic Kalimic. Some words, when I'm reading them for the first time, really take my brain a second, like literally fucks my brain up. I go into this weird, it's hard to read it mode side of things. So it's not that ketosis can cause heart issues in people. It's not super common. Oh, it's not super uncommon. I'm sorry. Okay. Now it makes sense to me. Vegan is cooked. Raw vegan is way different. So I was raw vegan for about 3 months with eggs. So you can't say I'm raw vegan because I'm eating cooked eggs. And they're eggs, right? So that's not vegan, but I felt amazing on that diet specifically. The egg with fruits and vegetables was amazing. And I think it's the most kindest diet, right? Like if we had a farm, none of our chickens would ever, I mean, they would die. They would die because of old age and predators and blah blah blah, just disease, whatever. They would die, but we wouldn't be chopping their heads off and eating them. We would just be borrowing their eggs. They'd be like their little gift to us. Like we make sure they have worms and everything they need to survive, and then they give us back eggs every day. You know, it's a cool little, and nobody gets hurt. Nobody has to scream in pain. So many toxins and worms, really. Well, Ryrie, honestly, brother, if I've got most of that shit you said, other than that one you said, so hopefully it's not too expensive. I'm really not in a financial position to be buying a bunch of shit and bathing in it right now, Ryrie. Get lots of fat vegans. Taco Bell makes vegan burritos. Do you drink your pine tree terps? I did do 2 turpentine cleanses or whatever. The food grade, not the turpentine used for fucking paint thinner. I've done 2 cleanses. The first one actually made me drunk, dude. Like literally drunk. So I have a standing desk because I can only sit for so long, bro, and then I got to end up standing. So I ended up standing, but I did the turpentine cleanse. I didn't do it the way that Dr. whatever her name was recommended with the sugar cubes or whatever, the 3-day fast with the sugar cubes. So here's the actual way. You're supposed to do a 3-day water fast. You're supposed to stack up 2 or 3 sugar cubes, do 1 teaspoon of turpentines, or maybe it's half a teaspoon. I have to look it up. And you eat it. And what it does is the sugar pulls the parasites out. The sugar attracts them. The poison kills them. I didn't do it that way. I did a straight turpentine cleanse. And brother, I was standing at my desk and I was literally smiling and I was in a good mood. And I was kind of swaying and I'm like, man, I'm drunk. I am drunk, bro. It made me drunk. It actually made me feel drunk. I'd rather have a steak than a salad. What about the roosters? Oh, and then I looked it up, and I guess that's common because I can't remember, man. Like the turpentines kill the bacteria, and the bacteria release some sort of gas, and then you get drunk from that gas. Lemon is the best meds. I used to almost every day, Ryrie, what I would drink would be until that demon Bill Gates bought out. Those weirdos bought out Bragg's, and then they're now using all of Bill Gates's apples for Bragg's. Before that happened, almost every day I would have a large water about this size, a cup about this big. It'd be half a lemon, about that much apple cider vinegar, distilled water, and I would squeeze in about 2 tablespoons of honey. I love that drink, dude. That's one of my favorite refreshing drinks that made me feel good. Yeah, I do that diet. Eggs and veggies for kindness sake. Keeps me healthy too. Yeah, it was a great diet. I had a great physique when I was on that diet, honestly. I looked good. I looked light. I felt light. I felt very just youthful. I felt like a kid. Yes, I know, laugh out loud. First dose I took almost took me out too. Oh, you did it too? The turpentine? The turpentine is a solvent, another parasite cleaner. Yeah, it fucking kills a lot of them to the point that you get drunk from it. Eggs from chickens that have a lot of space are much more tasty than eggs from professional farmers. Really? I do know that the eggs I get are from an actual free range farm. I looked into them, And you don't really have to look into them, John, because you could get those other eggs, like the Nelly eggs, I guess you could say, and pop open 2 or 3 of them in your pan. You fry up your butter, pop open 2 or 3 of them, and then get the ones that I get that are the actual farm raised, and you'll see the difference in the yolk. You'll see the difference in the yolk. The yolk on those shitty eggs is like yellow. The yolk on decent eggs has a more of a orange or redness to it. Honey is pea good. Lady Gaga bought brags. Oh, great. It's just diluted now. I heard it's not just diluted, Lizard. I heard they actually switched over to using those apples from Bill Gates, which I'm pretty sure sprays with not only pesticides but also shellac or whatever to make them shiny. So then we're eating a bunch of Iraqi bug shit. I'm happy to see you. I just joined. Such a night owl you are. Thank you, Nonconformist. I appreciate that. I'm happy to see you here. Yeah, I actually fucked up. I'm gonna have to try to force myself to sleep because I do have about a 9-hour drive to do. I almost said tomorrow, but technically it's today. But my sleeping schedule got all fucked up. Oh, yikes. What happened? I have eggs from our farm, and if you give me from the supermarket without telling, I can tell the difference immediately. Yeah, John, there one thing I will say is that I've noticed the flavor and smell difference in eggs over the years. When I was a kid, eggs had a very different smell and flavor. And they would sort of crisp up a little different too. When you fry them, they would sort of fry a little different. Now they're weird and yeah. The good news is there's quite a few egg farmers all around. There's actually an egg farm about 10 minutes north of me. And if you buy in bulk, let's say if you were to buy 300 eggs all in one go, you can put them on the counter and they'll last forever as long as you don't cool them down or heat them up too much. Just keep them about room temperature. You can buy eggs in bulk and they last forever. Just keep them on the counter. Yeah, that's true. That's also why I'm going to quit the weed at the same time when I fast, Ryrie, is because also if you smoke weed and you quit weed, man, you get fucking dreams, bro. Like you end up getting dreams like you ain't had them in years or something. Yes, well, I think so, Stick. Define psychosis. And then I'll be able to answer that question. I don't know. I've experienced weird shit. Our chickens get nothing but organic feed, kitchen scraps, and well water. Free range, but keep close because you let them free range too. Let them eat the bugs, the worms. That's really, to me, that's where it's at. Like if you're feeding them some grain or whatever, sure, they can survive with that. But that's like feeding them a dog that cereal food their whole life. It's just like, no, I would say feed them the worms, the bugs, man, get them. And this is all easy to do. Like bugs are the easiest thing to attract. What do you need to find you some bugs? Go out there and lay out some garbage. Lay out some garbage. Come out the next day. Take the garbage away. And there'll be hundreds of maggots for your fucking chickens to eat. Hundreds of them. Thousands of them. Chickens walk off. Eat them motherfuckers up. I wish I had a chicken coop, bro. Some kind of insanity. Laugh out loud. Okay, so what I told this story several times. One time, I heard reality melt and come back auditorially, like melt audio wise, and then come back, start up almost like it was on a reel. And then every question I had in my mind, the TV was answering it for me instantly. The voice of the video that was in the background, you could say running, was answering my questions. And dude, it was talking to me directly. It scared the fucking shit out of me. It had a weird presence to it. I don't explain, but anyways, it started talking to me and it was answering every question in my head. And then I was even saying in my head, I was like, is this voice talking to me? And it was answering, yes, I'm talking to you. Yes. And then I started trying to, because my brain just could not comprehend that it was really happening. But that's what I was experiencing. And my brain kept trying to make excuses for how this was possible. So I kept trying to piece up the next weird phrase that it was answering the question to in my head to make sense in the phrases it said previously, because my brain just couldn't even fathom what was happening. I couldn't believe it while it was happening. And then it scared the shit out of me. And I came up out of that. And I was like, whoa, 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 what the hell just happened? Reality just melted and talked to me. So that could be a form of psychosis. 7 chicks so far, 2 mama hens, and 3 more brooding. What? Fuck yeah, Cannon Bear. Good for you, dude. What are the negative effects of weed? Laziness. They make me procrastinate. Paranoia. They'll make you paranoid. You know, you'll just be sitting there a little extra worried about shit. Just dries your fucking mouth out. Grasshoppers are going to be biblical this year. Ryrie, what race are you? I'm Malaysian. Right, Uri is Malaysian, bro. Take Action's Malaysian, bro. I got Malaysian people on my stream. That's incredible to me. Do a lot of people in Malaysia speak English? The lucidity of dreams after quitting weed is unreal. Dude, it's amazing. Well, I don't know about the lucidity of dreams, Candy, but I haven't practiced it. But man, I'm going to. When I get back from this drive or whatever, I'm probably going to start it. Maybe the day after. So tomorrow, technically tomorrow. To the point where I thought I was a 4D Minecraft like video game. Okay, well, yeah, stick. I've gotten that from even just smoking weed. Like when my tolerance is hella low, if I haven't smoked for a year, let's say, and I smoke weed, I can have psychosis from weed. And people say, "Oh, that's crazy," but actually, weed's one of the number one psychosis drugs in the world. Like drugs that initiate psychosis. Actually, weed's, I think, number one, higher than LSD and all of them. So. But yeah, my brain will start creating. I'll watch cartoons play out in my mind, 3-dimensional cartoons or whatever. Chris, have you tried HemiSync? Yes, I did. Beat to astral projection, OBE or lucid dreaming. Yeah, back when I was meditating, I had downloaded all the tapes. I did like 1 through 4, I think. Right, I didn't get further into it than that, but I liked them. I thought they were pretty interesting. But these are things that I was doing in my own mind, anyways, like the visualization, getting rid of your problems. Setting it all behind you. My way of meditation works way better than his does, in my opinion. But I can't explain mine to people. It doesn't make sense to other people. Walk into a room and forget what you were there for. What do you mean by that, Candy Bear? That's happened to me several times in my life. Melayu. Aku Melayu? In Greek, Ryuri, that sort of means I hear you speaking. That's sort of what you just said in whatever language you just spoke. Aku Melayu. Malaysians seem to be awake. Weed edibles can cause full-blown psychedelic cartoon psychosis. Fuck yeah, I like that cartoon psychosis. I think it's pretty cool. Where you get that beat from YouTube or another web. What beat? Are you talking about the HemiSync? Oh, I got that from the what do they call the Monroe Institute or whatever. Several times, not every day. Maybe I need to lay off the dabs. Yeah. And even for your own sake, Cannon Bear, lay off of them for a couple weeks. I would say 6 months, but I know that's tough in this reality to go off weed for 6 months. But I would say do it because, man, it's just worth it in the end. Those highs you get And you take one hit, dude, and you're high for 6 hours. It's like you save hella money too. But I've experienced that cartoon psychosis when I took a long tolerance break and smoked an infused joint. Shit was wild and fun. Yeah, isn't it amazing, Garcus? It's fucking dope. It's like literally like you're just watching this like living cartoon. It's really cool. Dude, why you wear the US flag and not the Greek? I do wear the Greek flag. This shirt was $6 on a clearance rack. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. I don't wear clothes with a bunch of meaning, but I do have two shirts, John, that they have the American flag and the Greek flag, and it says American born Greek blood. Terrence McKenna recommended only smoking once or twice a month. He may be right. I don't know about once or twice a month. Or yeah, I guess that would be maybe like 3 or 4 times a month. I don't know. Once a week, maybe. Or no, maybe he's right. I don't know actually. Salvia Devonian breakthrough is described like weed psychosis times a million. Yeah, I noticed that. That one scares me. Like if some dude walked in right now and said, "Chris, hit this DMT pipe," I would hit it. I wouldn't even think twice. I'd hit it, and I'd try and hit it 5 times in a row if he would let me. I'd take the biggest hits I could. I'd rip on that motherfucker. But if somebody walked in with salvia and said, "Chris, this is the best, purest salvia money can buy. Hit this," I'd be shivering in my britches a little bit, bro. I'd be like, "Well, I don't know about that, dude." And I'm about consciousness, alternate states of consciousness, and consciousness exploration. Salvia scares the fucking shit out of me. W on the $6 shirts, Ross, baby. I go to Bell's or whatever is what it's called. Bell's outlet, and they'll have a clearance rack, and I always go to the clearance rack. I'm not a materialistic person. Like to me, it doesn't really matter what you're wearing, anyways, baby. It matters how you're wearing it, right? No woman gives a fuck if my flag's American or Greek or whatever. She just wants to see if I look good with that shirt on. That's all they care about. Yeah, it's hard to moderate once I build up a tolerance. I did quit for 5 months till my birthday in February, so here we are, bro. I wish I could flick my fingers and just have that 6-month tolerance break and just, I would not be on stream, baby. I'd be fucking meditating. Whoa, be fucking meditating, bro, watching cartoons. With salvia, I consciously left this realm. You see yourself leave. Really? You watch yourself leave from a third person perspective? That's why when you hear the mask binaural beat, you end up in lower disturbing astral realms. Really, Ryuki? Why? Oh, you're saying that the hemisync leads you to a darker realm or whatever? What? Robert Monroe was an evil little demon man. That motherfucker was trying to summon us to hell. Let's go find him and punch him in his ribs. Elbow him in his fucking clavicle bone and see if we can break it. Actually, I'm pretty sure he's dead, but anyways, we would beat his ass if he was still alive, wouldn't we? The masked one, not original one. Oh, the masked one? I think I listened to the original ones. Okay, Divine, that's so confusing to me. So what are you saying? So you smoked that shit, and then you seen yourself from a first person perspective. So it's like you were looking out of the eyes of another entity, but you were looking at your body laying there. Is that what you're saying? So you left your body and were looking at your body. Are you saying you watched your body leave from a third body, so you could see your body laying there, another body leaving, and you're looking at it from a third person? I really don't know what you mean. There's a video still. When I pry like that, guys, I'm not trying to be difficult, or I'm just really trying to understand what's being said, because I really, for me to even understand or I need to truly understand what's being said, or it's just another comment that makes no sense to me. There's a video still up of some guy jumping out of a window on salvia because he thought it was a portal to different dimensions. He broke many bones but survived. Stick, there's a dude that jumped out of a second story window and then chopped his dick off. Uh, I'm pretty sure on Salvia or whatever. There's all kinds of weird shit on Salvia, dude. But the whole like leaving this realm and living another experience for several years in some cases, that sounds interesting to me. That sounds interesting to me. And if it's something that's possible, I think I do want to experience that. And I want to grow from that experience. I mean, imagine how much I could learn if I actually popped through and ended up living a life and I was aware of everything that I'm aware of now. But, you know what I'm saying? I was having the experience with my current level of awareness. I think that would be very interesting. I hear PCP and meth are a good I've never heard that can of bear. That actually sounds extremely scary to me. What I heard recently was shrooms and nitrous. Someone recommended that to me, basically saying that is the combo to talk to God. I'm like, oh, okay. For you. I wish people could understand that in their minds. They just people can't understand the difference that chemical makeup makes and the effect that that has on the effect that drugs have on the individual. Somebody will love the experience and the person next to them hates it. It's all based on chemicals. I do cocaine. I'm talking like the best cocaine money can buy. That makes a cokehead go, oh man, this is the best shit I've ever had. And nothing happens to me. I'm completely sober. I did cocaine 4 or 5 times in my life, like some of the best stuff you can do. And in a good amount. Like I should have felt it. Nothing happens. That's my chemical makeup. Meanwhile, another guy will do cocaine and think it's the greatest drug he's ever done in his life. I do shrooms. I think it's the devil's drug. Another person does it and it cures their fucking depression. Everyone's different. It's weird. It almost seems like maybe I'm wrong about this, but I think I'm noticing a pattern of people who have a more upbeat personality. Drugs affect them different than people that are more of a down and out type of personality. Like the drugs that someone that's down and out by nature will say that makes them feel good, makes somebody that's sort of happy go lucky not feel so good. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I think that's what a pattern I'm noticing. Causes permanent brain damage. Oh, I don't know. MDMA. The come down on yayo is the worst. Shit is evil. The come down on coke is bad. The person I knew in my life that did the most coke was my buddy John. He wasn't a coke head, but you could say like every 6 months he would get like an 8 ball and have fun. And he loved it. I never heard him complain about the come down ever. Then again, John wasn't one to complain. He would complain with his face and his expressions and mannerisms, but he wouldn't complain verbally. So maybe he did not like I don't know. I miss that motherfucker. He was like one of the best people I ever knew in my life. Yeah, for me, the come down from nicotine is pretty fucking evil, dude. I mean, it just torments you. It torments you, bro. It fucking torments you. I hate doing mushrooms because when they're coming on, it's like a feeling of dread. Tripping is usually fun, though. I got the feeling of dread out of like the 5 times that I've taken shrooms. I've got that feeling of dread maybe once or twice as they come on. Usually I have a feeling of dread during the high. That's where I feel dreadful. What happened, John? He died. Just grabbed his chest and fell down at work. John was a big guy. He was probably like 6'2" or something. He's like 300. Probably when he died, he was probably like hovering around 360 pounds. He was a big boy, but he just grabbed his chest, fell down. He was 36 years old. What's nicotine come down like? What's it like? I don't know, like being in the worst, most irritable mood possible constantly. And on top of that, you're insatiably hungry. You just can't eat enough food. You can't eat enough food. You will just have got done eating to the point of absurdity. You overate, your guts are full, and you wait the 10 minutes it takes for your bowels to move so you could eat a little bit more. Like you're just insatiably, ravenously hungry, dude. You just can't satiate it. It's impossible. You can just eat. Just I can't eat. I mean, just it'll drive you insane, bro. Angry feels like throwing a fit. Yeah, very irritable. Just like it's not a good feeling. It feels like a demon is just on your chest. Like I mean, for me, it's anxiety, extreme anxiety that lasts for about 12 days. So yeah, I guess you could say about 12 days. I guess that's a good, I'd say about a week. After that the first week is a living nightmare. A living nightmare. I mean, you are just, life is, man, fuck nicotine, or we could, I don't know if it's the nicotine that made me, I think it's all the other shit they put in fucking Newports and Marlboros and all that shit. Something's going on there that's like, I don't know. That insatiable hunger sounds like edibles for me, bro. It's edibles multiplied by infinity. You eat yourself sick and you're still hungry, dude. It's unbearable. My first experience lucid dreaming, I end up the most disturbing realm after experiencing Kundalini awakening, seeing synchronized numbers. My first experience lucid dreaming, I end up the most disturbing realm, or I ended up in the most disturbing realm after experiencing Kundalini awakening, seeing synchronized numbers. Okay, so when I had my first breakthrough meditation, Ryrie, I started seeing synchronicities like crazy, like crazy. It was so bizarre, and I couldn't make sense of it. And I thought I was going crazy. I thought I was losing my mind. I thought I was dealing with psychosis, and but I wasn't. Like I was literally seeing these patterns every time they happened. So it wasn't like a delusion, or it's like, how does this happen? Like it literally made me feel like all of reality is completely scripted, like a simulated. I don't know what happened that things could line up like that. It was bizarre. When I left, it was basically seeing the world change, but I still was in my body. Like now, I see myself go through a tube slide. I was crying out for help too on YouTube at that time. I kept like almost every video. I was like, so is anybody else seeing like the same numbers over and over again, like hundreds of times a day? And in the very beginning, nobody was really responding to me. Nobody was responding to me. And it took forever. And finally, people started, and I don't know if it was they just didn't feel comfortable admitting it. But finally, after about a year, people started admitting synchronicities and just like, God damn it. So you guys had me feeling crazy for a year. Literally, like, I mean, you know what it's like to experience something and nobody else is experiencing it? And for a year, I had to feel like this dreadful, lonely feeling of just like, feeling like I'm out in the universe all by myself. Then finally, people started admitting it in comments. And I was like, oh my God, thank God. Somebody else is saying they see these fucking things, dude, because I thought I was going crazy. When I left, it was basically seeing the world change, but I still was in my body. Like now, I seen myself go through a tube slide. The end of the slide was my eyes and me entering my body. What? Basically seeing the world change. Okay. So when you left, you died or whatever, or you actually, whatever happened here, you actually projected. What did happen, Divine? I'm sorry. Well, what happened now? Did you OD or you said something, or you know you did a certain substance and you left, and I left, so you left your body, and then the world changed. But I was still in my body, like now. that I seen myself go through a tube slide. So you're going through a tube. At the end of the slide was my eyes and my entire body and me entering my body. So at the end of the slide, you were watching your body come towards your eyes, sliding down the tube. That's weird. I hear a lot about these tubes. Some people call them tubes, some people call them portals. Lucid dream and astral projection are all subjective, depends on your emotional state. I think that's true too, John. This is an argument that I put forward a few years ago when I had talked to Vegan Skeptic or whatever. I had a conversation with him and made a video about it. And that was one of the questions I was posing. Is like, but there's so many people that like, well, okay, I get it. What you're saying, there's an astral realm, and once you become aware that these entities exist, then you start noticing they. And I'm thinking, well, are you sure you're not producing that in your mind now because you have this preconceived idea? Because there's tons of people that astral project talk about how amazing it is all the time. It's like, so okay, so what's happening there? I think they're just experiencing what they want to experience. And the people that are paranoid and think it's a soul trap realm experience that. Me love them shumis makes me extremely in tune with the natural world. I get to break free from the prison for a few hours. I wish I was the same, Garcus, because like I said, I have access to some of the best ones you can get around, and they don't make me feel good. Do you think salvia kicks your conscious outside your body and into other objects? Maybe that's what's happening, Stick. And that's sort of why I want to experience it myself so that I could sort of formulate my own opinion. I don't know what's happening there. It appears consciousness gets sort of booted out of the body during salvia experiences. And I say that because sometimes it'll get stuck in a nearby inanimate object or a nearby tree or a nearby whatever inanimate object. How can my soul get stuck in a house fan or a fucking clock? Now, if you say everything's consciousness, well, that means everything's connected. That means that somehow it broke the magnet that sucks their soul into their body. How does the soul jump into another person's body, though, and have that experience? That doesn't make any sense to me. And then what happens to that person while you're the one in their body? Where did they go? Did they pop out into another experience? Synchronicities are wild. That's one thing which proves to me we are in a realm that is interactive with our consciousness. Absolutely. We are in a realm that's interactive with our consciousness, Cannon Bear. I don't know if it's in a simulated way or if it's we are consciousness, we are God, it's all connected type of way. But yeah, absolutely. This place interacts with our consciousness. I saw my handler like shadow people, but me experienced the scary ghost I ever since at my leg is a ghost white girl like the ring. I saw my handler like shadow people, but in my experience, the shadow ghost I ever since at my leg. Okay, so you're saying you see a shadow woman that looks like the girl from the ring that sits at your legs or whatever. I've heard that before too. What is it with this girl from the ring? Why is she in so many people's experiences? What is that? I wonder what the difference between astral projection and remote viewing are. Maybe you're producing that, Ryrie. Did you see the ring before you had seen this girl, or did you see her first? Check the Paget message if you haven't. Huh? There are levels in the spirit world. You experience dark entities if you are immortal, or you have a lot of fear or trauma in your soul. Really? What is that? The Paget messages? What's that, John? Can you link that to me, John? Is that a YouTube video or a channel, or what is that? The Paget messages. Why is this thing trying to copy everything? And never mind, I just asked ChatGPT about it. It's explaining it to me. I could share this actually. Let me share this real quick. So everybody could see what we're talking about here. One sec, guys.
The Paget messages are a collection of spiritual communications received by James E. Paget, a Washington, D.C. attorney, between 1914 and 1920. Following the death of his wife, Helen, in 1914, Paget sought contact with her through spiritualist practices. He was informed by mediums that he possessed the gift of automatic writing, enabling him to receive messages directly from spirits. Over time, Paget documented nearly 3,000 messages from various spirits, including his wife, biblical figures, and notably, Jesus of Nazareth. The central theme of these messages revolves around the concept of divine love, a transformative love from God that souls can receive through sincere prayer. The messages emphasize that this divine love is essential for spiritual progression and entry into the celestial heavens.
I believe it's thick.
They also discuss the nature of the soul, the afterlife, and the process of spiritual development. After Paget's death in 1923, his friend, Dr. Leslie R. Stone, undertook the task of preserving and publishing these messages. In 1958, the Foundation Church of the New Birth was established to disseminate the teachings contained within the Paget messages. Today, these messages are available in various formats, including chronological compilations and thematic collections. They continue to be a source of inspiration.
So this happened to me, what you would call channeled writing. This happened to me. I still have those notebooks somewhere. I mean, I could probably find them, but they said a lot of weird shit that didn't make any sense to me when I wrote it all down. So I don't know if it would make more sense to me now if I went and looked through them, but it was a lot of weird, like crazy shit going on in that what I was writing. And that was actually the first time in my life I ever wrote, period. I'm not a writer. I'm not a journaling guy. I never journaled in my life, but that was actually when I had my first breakthrough. You could say I had my delusion. I just started smoking weed again, just started meditating, had a breakthrough meditation, synchronicity started journaling randomly, almost without even me. I just had to write it down. I don't know how to explain it other than that. I just had to write this shit down. I just had to. And it's almost like I'm possessed. I'm controlled. I just looked at the time right now. I believe it. When I did salvia, my leg turned into a car door. I was experiencing my leg behind the car door, but still vaguely aware it was my leg moving. That's weird. Targeted individuals seem schizophrenic to me, irrational, paranoid, like a helicopter flies above their head and they believe it is the FBI monitoring them. The same with random cars driving there. Yes, nonconformists, I would say 95% of the people that think they're being gang stalked or the helicopters are out to get them or whatever are just paranoid people. I don't know if they're paranoid schizophrenics, but they are definitely paranoid people, bro. Paranoia up to the max. People think paranoia is just, oh, I'm worried. No, paranoia can really make motherfuckers crazy. Paranoia can be very strong, and oh, these motherfuckers looking out their window, thinking the neighbors are plotting against them. And oh yeah, dude, there's a lot of crazies in our community. Unfortunately, it comes down to the basic intuition level of the individual observing whether they're going to dictate whether or not I'm crazy or not. It's our ability to read people. But yeah, unfortunately, a lot of us, oh yeah, they're out to get me. They're fucking crazy, dude. I hate to say it, but that's what's happening. So it's gonna have a person going crazy like Jim Carrey in the movie, the number 23. Oh yeah, it had me, like I said, for that first year, especially where nobody was admitting to it. It had me feeling a little fucking crazy. I don't know. I don't now, but most handler is shadow people. But me, a scary white ghost girl. Oh, you're good, Ryrie. I usually make out what you're saying, at least. Sometimes it's a little tough, but I make it out. Hey, what's up, V? How you doing, love? Damn. What happened? Did you know Aldous Huxley took LSD a few hours before he died by throat cancer? No, I didn't know that. Channeling, well, at least he was smart enough to experience that before he died. Channeling reminds me of reverse speech. Some creepy stuff in there. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of creepy shit in reverse speech. Very true. I think, you know what I think, Canada Bear? I know this is going to sound crazy, but I think that when people lie and their mouth is saying one thing, but their subconscious is saying another, if you play it in backwards, you hear what was really on their mind. Very true. Target individuals mostly conspiracy induced psychosis, usually helped by drugs. Amen, Canada Bear. That's why the day when David came on and he was saying, I'm God and ask me anything. And my first assumption was, okay, this dude's probably high as a kite. I don't know what he's doing. And shortly after that, people were like, oh, no, that's not being mean to David. I wasn't being mean to David. I was sort of blowing him off because I realized what was happening. And lo and behold, he's on shrooms and nitrous fucking over there thinking he's God. It's like, but the downside with people that have these, extravagant experiences is that they sort of come back with nothing. I am God, ask me anything, and nothing happens. How you doing, B? If you wrote down stuff from the spirits and they didn't make sense, it's probably because the spirit is confused also. That's what I'm saying, John. It's always confusing and mysterious. It's boring. Tripping while dying is probably scary. He has to be one of maybe a handful of people in this whole reality that actually experiences that. I know I'm dying. Let me take some LSD real quick. Like, that dude's got some fucking kahunas on him. What if he had a bad trip? That would be a shitty last experience. Excuse me. Then again, what could anything say or do to him to cause fear in him? He's dying anyways. Like, even if an entity came, it's like, you're dying, motherfucker. He'd be like, I know. He wouldn't even get scared. I'm dying anyways. The message relevant to what's being said. Canada, have you ever looked up reversespeech.com? Go and listen to baby talk backwards. That'll freak you out. And then they play the baby's baby talk backwards, and you hear the baby go, I love you, mom. It's like, whoa, what the fuck? That sounded like it was speaking, bro. Supposedly, I don't know if it's true. They say that when we start our lives, our brains actually speak backwards and we develop the ability to speak forward. It's like, how the fuck does our brain speak backwards? What does that even mean? I don't go to the bathroom. I bathroom go to the me. Like, what does that mean? Yeah, they know everything, but then they forget everything. Like NDE ears. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, they say they know everything, but it's almost like they're being deceived. Yeah, it's like they're being deceived by an extra. It's almost like an extra dimensional being is showing them a technology that's magic to them, and then they come back and they're like, "I've seen the universe." You're like, "What'd you see?" They're like, "I don't know." It's like, okay, well then what are we doing here? Has been targeted. Nonconformists, all awake and has been targeted since the crisis of 2020. What the fuck? Oh shit, I've never heard that. I feel like that, Ryuri. I would say that. I would feel like all of the, in quotes, conspiracy theorists have sort of been targeted since 2020 with energy attacks, whatever, depression, anhedonia, trying to get us all to kill ourselves, and it's working in some cases. Gang stalking is annoying. Laugh out loud reminds me of the Truman Show. It's just corny. It's corny and pathetic and weird. And unnecessary. It's almost like, I don't know, like I said, using chopsticks when I have a fork. No offense to anybody that uses chopsticks. I'm just saying, to me, it's like an obsolete technology. Why would they send a bunch of meat monkeys to follow you around? and listen to you and watch you, other than it to drive you crazy, because they don't need that. They've got it in your cell phone. They've got it in your car's radio. They've got it everywhere around you. They're listening to you and watching you. They don't need some human that you recognize to keep showing up, unless they're literally, it's a psychosis thing to drive people crazy. And then me personally, if I seen a dude at, the local grocery store, and then I came home and I seen him walking through my neighborhood, I would walk up to that dude. I don't know if I'm aggressive or confrontational, but I would want to know what's going on. That would come to an end real quick. Anyone who didn't take the fucking shot is targeted. I hope not, John. I don't like being targeted, but I'm in a hell realm. It wouldn't surprise me. What's the most euphoria you felt? Actually, Stick, it had nothing to do with any. Well, I guess you could say I was on weed, but it wasn't on no LSD or shit. It was a fucking meditation. I experienced pure euphoria for about, I don't know. I'm not good with time, but it was about, I think it was about 10 to 20 seconds that I experienced it. But it felt like it lasted, man, every second was just so savory. It was the most amazing I ever felt in my life. Pure euphoria. Pure euphoria. I felt it from a meditation. I just made a video that's uploading now called Why I Disavow Anti-Nihilism. Do you think I made the right decision? I don't know. Nonconformist, it's very difficult for me to say. First off, I haven't seen the video. Second off, who am I to say? Me and you could both argue for anti-nihilism if we wanted to. Probably in some cases better than the anti-nihilists could. That being said, while I understand a lot of their arguments, I don't know if that's the solution. I've experienced borderline TI symptoms, but it doesn't make any sense, and I stopped being paranoid, and it went away. I mean, we're all targeted. We're all here. So yeah. If this reality is what I'm always saying it is, a soul trap, we're all targeted. Whether there's little meat monkeys following us around or not, whether there's technologies, we were all targeted the second we were put in the soul trap. Why, bro? You got a chick pregnant? I think this earth shit is like spiritual trafficking or something. I agree. So one of the main arguments that I've sort of realized recently is that if this reality is a trap, and we're trapped, we're going to be in another body and then another body, and we're going to get to see, then the best thing to do as a conscious soul would be to have a kid. Because that may potentially be a soul you're setting free from the whatever it's called, the fucking soul trap, the samsara wheel of suffering. I think the earth shit is like spiritual trafficking or something. I don't know what it is, V. I just know it sucks from our perspective. It's a misery experience. Just like, this place sucks. We're all being gaslit and ostracized. So technically, yeah, gang stalked by society. Yes, I seen this stalking sometimes go away, learned how to ignore it. How would you describe the euphoria in some detail? So that's impossible to describe that, but appreciation, your appreciation meter turned up to infinity. That's the best way I could describe right there. So when you appreciate something, the feeling you get of appreciation, when you truly appreciate, it's that feeling multiplied by infinity. Bro, even like I was in the euphoria. Now, I think I was going like this. I was in euphoria. I remember my hands being like this, and my eyes were red. And I had set up the camera. I was going to make a YouTube video, but I started meditating so I could actually see me in the TV. And I come out and I looked, and there was some dust on the computer monitor base, and even the dust was beautiful, bro. I was mesmerized by the dust. I appreciated dust. I mean, it was just the greatest feeling any human could experience. Did you guys hear of that incident with Ivy? Yeah, I heard about that. The clinic, that dude. I listened to his tapes through Shengel. I agree with most of what that guy said. I'm not a fan of killing people. I'm not a fan of killing babies or ending all of human existence. But he did make a lot of great points, I'll say. I think he would have made a good YouTuber, honestly. He shouldn't have killed himself. Won't be a solution. If there is a evil God, he will find another to bring us here again and play with us. So if God is bad, there is no solution. That's true, John. If God is evil, we're fucked no matter what we think, feel, or whatever about it. Seems like they're trying to label anti-nihilists as terrorists. Maybe they're trying to make that thought look as just the most evil person in the world. You're crazy. You think we should stop having babies? You're evil. Just get that into all the minds of the NPCs, so that they attack us if we even bring it up, type shit going on. Once that was it Elon Musk or Jordan Peterson? One of them said it. One of these main voices said, "We need to really have kids," and it's like, aren't you a multimillionaire? Why don't you shut your fucking bitch ass up, bro? Why don't you come and live in poverty like the rest of us and then tell us to have a kid, you fucking demon? It's a hell realm where we suffer, struggle, and deal with fucking nastiness. This is terrorist. Once that little speech happened, whether it was Elon or Jordan, I was like, oh, here we go. They're going to start bringing this shit up now, aren't they? And here we go. Yeah. We fight a rigged game. It's a beautiful illusion, nothing more. I appreciate the live streams, Chris and chat. Thank you, Divine. I appreciate you guys showing up and supporting me and giving me all the support, the thumbs up, whatever. Damn, that's scary, Canna Bear. I'm going to watch the thumbs up go up now. I was at 10. Well, we'll see if they go up. I throw those in there and then I look. I'm like, let's see if people really didn't. Let's see if they didn't. And they're like, oh, shit, I better thumbs up them. I see if they go up. But it looks like everybody already thumbs up me. They only went up one. It's like in the flat earth community corner of YouTube comments. Plenty of trolls there. Oh, yeah. I think there's plenty of agents all throughout the truth community. Absolutely. People that leave comments, people that make videos about other people. Try fast and eat your favorite meal. See how grateful you are. Oh, I know, Ryrie. I've seen so I watch sports where people have to weight cut. So I've seen plenty of moments where this weight cutter is eating just normal food again. Sometimes it brings them to tears, dude. Actually, there's a video of it was an Asian Olympian or something, and he had just won his medal, and they gave him, I think, a slice of pizza, and he took a bite and he started crying like a baby, bro. It's like we stop appreciating because we're dopamine fixed all the time. It's true. When we starve ourselves of it, we truly do appreciate. Yeah, you're right, Ryder. Yeah, that's right. What's the most disgusting taste and most delicious thing you tasted? That's hard to fucking answer. So the most delicious thing, I don't know. I like sweets. I like ice cream. I like chocolate. So one of my favorite junk foods is probably ice cream, some sort of ice cream, or like with hot fudge and something like that. If you're talking about food, not just junk food, then probably like I love a great Yudo, a great burger, some great fried chicken, pizza, cheeseburgers, basically American food. I love some good American food, bro. I love a great cheeseburger, some great fried chicken, um, and junk food. And the worst thing I ever ate. So if you get powder formed glutathione, it has a sort of sewage flavor to it. There's some selenium supplements that have one of the most disgusting fucking smells and tastes you could have ever imagined. Yeah, I think he just went bananas. Smart guy, though. Scary how easy it is to go insane knowing about all this stuff. Yep. Who? V, I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought on this one. Who are you talking about, V? Oh, the IVF clinic. Okay, never mind. Yeah, he went crazy. Yeah, a lot of people that ponder these thoughts are losing their mind. I mean, it's unfortunate. Maybe we are being all just demonically attacked right now, and we all just, I don't know, keeps people hypnotized. Yep, so many agents. Good at first, last will confusing. Truth sometimes sucks, but it's better to know than not to know, right or wrong. I don't know, Divine. I think about that all the time. Is it really better to know? No, that seems like the trap to get us in there, because once we know, it really just sucks, doesn't it? That cool part of my mind that goes, "Hey, I'd rather be a tough guy and know the truth than be a pussy boy and live in ignorance," right? That's what we tell ourselves. But the truth is, the second you know the truth, you are fucking depressed and miserable. So I don't know. I agree. Sometimes better not to know, pretty much. Yep. Right. Sometimes it is better. It's better to just have not known. Was your childhood better than your current reality, Divine? Why is that? Because you were ignorant. You didn't know about all this nastiness. The tastier food is ice cream. Yeah, I love ice cream. At this point, I'd say, oh, actually, like the John reminded me saying that actually a really good pasticcio is one of the better foods I've had. Um, I've had a couple steaks in my life that were amazing, dude. Just cooked to perfection, that just sort of melted like the loin, and just melts in your mouth. A great steak is good, but that's actually on the bottom of my list. I mean, to be honest, I always used to argue with my brother Dean back when fried chicken was the bomb, before it all turned slimy and weird, when you could actually get that juicy fucking white chicken. And anyways, but I used to argue with him. I'd be like, he's, oh, let's get a steak. I'd be like, man, fuck, let's get some fried chicken. Fried chicken's better than steak. He'd be like, are you crazy? A steak is obviously way better quality than fried. Man, shut the fuck up, bro. That shit don't taste as good, though. I don't give a fuck if it's a better cut of meat. I'm telling you, the flavor ain't as good, you dumb son of a bitch. At this point, I'd say it's better to be ignorant. Being awake is a huge curse. I agree. Cypher wanted back in the Matrix. I wonder if ants worry about pointless things. I wonder that too, Ken. But I always wonder about animals and insects. Like, do they think? Why do they act so bizarre? Why do they act so strange? Why do they do retarded things? Or do they just have a low intelligence? Is things from their perspective way different than I could ever imagine? Is their existence actually a higher level of consciousness than ours? I wonder all that. Greek Kudos is awesome, but I try to eat vegetarian. Damn, I want gyros now. I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry. Gyros are fucking just so good. I mean, with the meat by itself, the lamb and beef mixture or whatever, is just such a good meat. I mean, you had the onions, the tomato, tzatziki with the cucumbers. It's just and I guess they say traditional gyros, they put French fries in them too. I've had one. I've had one of those. I don't know if I like them with the French fries. It was a good gyro, but I love vanilla ice cream, MCD, but sads after I know the deception. C is better. Don't the know something. Soraya, you think it's better to know the truth than to be ignorant and happy? Steak is dog food. What up, old man Lenny? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, if you no, I mean, is it dog food? I don't know. A good fucking Hawkeye or T-bone or a ribeye. I wouldn't say it's dog food, but I mean, you do need to dress it up though, just the same way fried chicken is. Most people don't eat steak with just no salt, no pepper, no butter, no nothing, because it would just be dog food. It's just meat. It ain't got a good flavor. You got to put sauce on that bitch. A1. You got to fry it in like garlic and butter and thyme. And Cheetos are awesome. Yes, fuck yeah, they are. Now I'm hungry, goddammit. We have the best food in Southern Europe. I'm jealous of that, B. I bet it's real food, not all weird and processed. And Wagyu jerky, I've never had it. Red meat is not even healthy if you eat a lot. Chicken is much more healthy. Actually, John, recently I've heard some bad news about chicken meat. Really bad news about it. Um, just enjoy life. Yeah, Ryrie, being an ignorant kid felt way better than being a not ignorant adult. Absolutely. Would you trade your wisdom for ignorance? Like a child, nothing to fear, nothing to worry about, just enjoy life. V, what country are you in? She's in Southern Europe. Not knowing about the storm won't stop it from raining. That's true. But it does make your day to day life better. Being ignorant just was happier. It was a happier existence. Absolutely. That's not even debatable to me. When I was ignorant, when I was a kid, you could say my existence was way better. A huge patch growing and can't keep up. Have to start freezing it. Damn, dude, Candy Bear, you're living your best life, bro. I'm jealous of you. Your piss is gonna stink though. Every time I eat fucking asparagus, my piss smells weird. It smells like a weird version of asparagus, honestly. It's like, ooh. But yeah. Let's go look at fucking Sora or something. So this little boring tab. Being ignorant might be better for a while, like eating sugar, not knowing it's bad. You feel good for a while, but it's going to turn bad for you. Amen. But it's going to turn bad for you being not ignorant. So do you think it's better to be ignorant? Because again, your day-to-day life is just happier. It's going to turn bad for you either way, John, right? I mean, whether you're ignorant or not ignorant. I think about it all the time. Would I go back if I could? No, I feel like I've suffered too much trauma. I've went through too much pain and suffering to get this far. I feel like I would be sacrificing all of that. Like it would all be in vain if I just gave it all up for a comfortable pussy or whatever. It's like I worked too hard to earn this fucking mind. I'm not giving it up. Plus, I don't know. I'm a truth seeker no matter what. Create an image, AI, divine being, create universe, create an image of AI. Okay, an AI divine, a divine AI being creating an entire universe. What show is full of truth bombs? $18.99 on Netflix. I think some messages in chat are going missing because I have live chat. Yeah, some people's messages just get deleted for some reason. Oh, let me go to my media. Oh, we're still loading. Geez, 20%. Oh, slow ass. Slow ass. What the hell? What is he made out of? Rice? Oh yeah, he's a sushi. He is made out of rice. He's a little sushi. Oh, it happens about 1,000 times per stream. I actually see those comments, I don't know, at least 10 times per stream. Where it's like, why are my comments getting deleted? It's like, ooh, that's disgusting. Human hair is ugly when it's not connected to somebody. When human hair is connected to a body or head, it's beautiful. Or maybe not to a body every time, but I'll say to a head. But when it's off of a head, it is disgusting. It literally makes me lose my appetite. I don't think we ever actually die, Ryuri. I don't think we get to choose where our soul goes after this experience. I think it's all chaos. I think our soul jumps right from this experience to a totally new one. We have no say so, and that's what happens next. And we experience whatever there is to experience in that experience. My joints pop from stretching and yoga. It doesn't make me feel more demonic. What the fuck? Yeah. Why'd you say that, Divine, about that? Was that about that fucking weirdo saying I'm popping my knuckles and I'm a demon or whatever? Like, what the fuck? How? I popped my knuckles and you see the demons in me? What are you, a retard? Is that actually a thing? Well, I just popped them a second ago, so I can't pop them. Oh, there's one. Where's the demon? Oh, do I have sweat spots? Oh, fucking mental cases in this reality. We all see you, demon. We see your true colors. Okay, there, creepy boy. We're awake on purpose. I think reincarnation is another false religion doctrine, new age agenda. Everyone with a body is going to have popping joints. Oh yeah, of course. Unless you're constantly fucking exercising and stretching and where, John? That's the second time I've seen this comment. Someone said someone called you a lizard in the comments. So funny. And what comments? Where, here? Or in my comments on my channel? Or I can transform into a lizard, John. Haven't you seen it? Have you seen my lizard transformation? I don't fuck around, bro. All these Peckerwood politicians that are supposed to be lizards have their little weird glitches, but they can never go full lizard form like I can. I think it was one of your community posts. Oh, somebody said I was a lizard. What better, Doom Ancient God or Doom Dark Age? Oh, I haven't played either one of them. I have, and it was hilarious. Don't do it. Bro, when I turn into a lizard, man, you shit. Motherfuckers better get out the way, bro. Even them elites are like, they bow in my presence, bro. When I go to a Fox News station, all those little fake Peckerwood lizards that can only do a partial transformation, they bow in the presence of the true lizard lord. I don't have the energy for it. I'm actually right now. I'm trying to leave on a somber note because in about 4 more hours, I have to do about a 9-hour drive. So I'm trying to slowly donk out here. But I probably shouldn't be sipping on my coffee if I want to fucking knock out, right? The black cat is cute. What is this black cat you speak of? This one? The cutest anime black cat in the world. That was the prompt. Yeah. Yeah, it really sucks. He joyfully plays and jumps around, similar to Simba during the Akuna Matata scene. You motherfucker. Oh, I shouldn't have clicked that shit, bro. You motherfucker, bro. He jumps around and plays joyfully like Simba during the Akuna Matata scene. It'll know what I mean by that. Hakuna Matata. When I was in elementary school, I think I was in 5th grade at the time. And, oh no, that was, actually, I might have been in 3rd or 4th grade. But we had this student in our class that was a giant or something. I don't know what was wrong with him. A full grown adult or whatever. He was just like, he looked young, but he looked like a teenager. I mean, he was like 6'1" or something, and it was just weird that he was in elementary school, but he had some sort of issue or something. I can't remember, but he was a really nice guy, and we all watched The Lion King during school or whatever, and he started tearing up or whatever, and during the scene where Scar killed Simba's dad or whatever. And he even said something and everyone laughed. He's like, what did he say? He said something about crying during the scene and everyone laughed. And I still remember that. I was like, I remember telling the PE teacher that he could beat him up. I was like, I bet he could beat you up, to the PE teacher. But looking back, the PE teacher was actually a stocky, well-built dude. He probably would have beat the fuck out of the kid. But I was saying it because the kid was so damn big. He was like 6'1" or 6'2". He was like fucking tall, way taller than the PE teacher was. Like, well, you say like 4 or 5 inches, but. Troop to the broadcasting antennas, cloaking lizard people like on They Live. We might just need to destroy those and we'll go back to living in paradise. Who knows? How do we destroy them, though? I was Star Wars fans, too. Why are you doing cats? Make big butts. John likes big butts and he cannot lie. Everybody doesn't seem human. Some seem alien, robotic, and soulless. I would agree with that. Some people do not seem human. That's the one you recommended. A divine AI creating an entire universe. Whoa. Balls inside of balls, inside of balls, inside of balls. Orbs inside of orbs, inside of orbs, inside of orbs. That's the best we can do, is a shape. A big circle thing. Oh yeah, I've got that little cat being playful too. All right, I think it's about that time, guys. I want to finish up this one that we made, and then probably I'm going to wrap up the stream. I don't want to, actually. I could probably stay up for another 3 or 4 hours doing this stream, but by that point I'll be so exhausted and I'll be just having to start the fucking 9-hour drive. So yeah, be that formless. See, one day we can be that formless entity. I hope so. I hope our awareness or perception does ultimately lead to some sort of experience for us that's worth living. You know, I just hope we don't have to suffer and struggle for eternity. That would suck. No, no. Actually, I would love to take a train. I keep hearing about this, taking a train and how beautiful it is, and the scenery is amazing, and the ride is so smooth. You don't even feel it, and all this. It's I would love to take a train, John, but I don't even know how to. I have to go figure that all out. No, we're driving. Uh, we're driving to pick up my brother's vehicle from Jacksonville. Thank you, Divine. I appreciate that. I'm sure I'll be safe. And if I'm not, what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? I don't know. I die on the plane back from fucking Pennsylvania is the worst that could happen in my travels, right? Like the plane goes down, but then I die. So I guess it's not all that big of a deal. Feel the breeze while riding the train. Magnificent. Yeah, it would be dope. Sleep and dream of fried chicken. I love me some good fried chicken. He's definitely a cute little kitty. He has big eyes. When something has a big head, big eyes, and big ears, it's always cute. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you guys for coming on. Thank you guys for supporting me. I appreciate you guys. Love you all. Hope you guys don't suffer. I wish abundance, prosperity, wisdom, intuition, and good fortune on everybody watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one.